What is up, everyone? It is Andrew here of Beat It AT Production Publishing, bringing you guys a new YouTube video. In this YouTube video, we're going to be creating a boom bap rap type of beat. So before I get started, we're going to use 2 drum kits, maybe 1. The first drum kit we're going to be using is the AT Sound Kit 2. To get this drum kit, it'll be in the link description. It'll be, you can go to beatat.com. Drum kits are there. We're using FL Studio 12 currently. Our BPM is 80 BPM. I'm going down into single, not double time, but single time, I guess you would call it. Just because I think this is easier for me to establish. I don't know, I just think it's easier for me to get on the right rhythm and beat mode of old school boom bap style. It's just my reasoning on doing it, but you can go at 160 BPM as well. But so yeah, we're gonna go into the AT Sound Kit 2. There's a chance that we might use this drum kit called Dope Beats, which is by Trap Central. I could put the link to that drum kit down in the description as well. I don't know for sure if we'll use that drum kit for this tutorial, but within the next ones we will. They have a really dope drum kit. It's like 400 megabytes big, and it has a whole bunch of different sounds. It's really good for starter producers. But the AT Sound Kit 2 right now is probably going to be our main focus because it has our samples that we're going to use. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the drum pattern first. I like that power slam and snares. No, we're not going to go with that trap. I like that. So you can kind of see how I'm doing this. I'm gonna So we're getting kind of a Alright, so now we got kind of like the drum rhythm of a boom bap type of beat. So that's kind of like are gonna be our main basis as of right now. We might change it around, just kind of a little, you know, basic, you know, that old school vibe. So I'm gonna pull up a Slice X, and Slice X is a FL Studio native plugin that allows us to chop up samples. So I'm gonna go through our sample kit. I'm definitely gonna pick something from the vinyl collection you got, or like not our vinyl collection, but our vinyl versions of these samples. And you guys can use these samples and don't have to worry about any licensing or royal or copyright and such, because we completely made these samples originally, and they're all original pieces. So we're literally just handing it out to you guys when you purchase a drum kit, and you guys don't have to worry about contacting us for using it in your beats. 100% fine. We're gonna try to do a whole entire kit for samples. I think that'd be really cool, like actual samples for you guys to sample. All right, now I'm done talking about this. We're gonna continue. Alright, let's go through here and so what I'm doing right now is I dragged in over the sample in here, and I selected, dragging this around with left clicking, and I did an Alt M, and Alt M is going to create this marker, this 0.1, which selects this, and so I'm going to go and do another section to sample, and doing this is automatically going to create it in our keyboard. I know when I was doing these tutorials before, people were wondering how I got it to let me describe it. How I got it in here is whenever you create that marker, P2. So I just did Alt M. So we might need to change this BPM. So we're at 90, but we're gonna see how this goes. Alright, we might need to do an Alt T, and with this Control A Alt T, this whole sample, so we can do a chime stretch and kind of get it. I just want to see. So I'm just shifting the pitch and everything of this sample. So alright, so I need to zoom out because it didn't select everything. I'm going to do Control A again, Alt T. Now we're going to do accept. Let it recompile. And it's kind of a rough chop We did it really quick, I'm trying to do, I mean, we're only 9 minutes in, and we pretty much got the consensus of this beat. But you could pretty much, you would want to be a little bit more careful with chopping it up and such. Alright, so what I'm doing right now is just adding a parametric EQ to our kick. Just doing a little boost in this low mid. I don't want to do too much of the mixing and mastering. I'm probably going to actually stack this snare with another snare. Alright, so I want to make this snare a little bit thicker, so I'm pulling down that low end. I don't want that. Gonna focus kind of like in that mid range a little bit. Then I'm gonna put a reverb on top of that. It's almost adding like an ambience to it. So we can now, I'm gonna just pull it into our playlist. We're gonna split by channel. And I know I'm kind of going fast with some of the mixing and mastering techniques, but I think the main point of this tutorial is to focus on getting that boom bap feel, and we kind of pretty much already got it. And as a reminder, these are all sounds from the Beat It AT Drum Kit 2, available at beatit.com. So what I'm doing right now is I'm gonna make this unique up here. I pulled in our channel rack, which originally everything was in one channel rack, placed it in here, went up to here, split by channel. So now it's gonna split everything separately. Now, if we go over here, I'm gonna do a locked to content. I like doing this. It's a cool little technique where it just locks whatever we got in this track. So I'll show you kind of what it does. If I click boom, it just automatically adds all of those, like the ones that I have. So this one, we're gonna create like an intro, 12 seconds intro. That's cool. So I'm gonna go back. Alright, so I'm gonna grab our little limiter for this vinyl so I can pull up the gain and such. I'm doing this just because I want to make it a little bit louder, and it's pretty high up in the mix. What I could also do is pull this volume for this plugin all the way up. And what I might even do is sidechain this kick to the limiter. Pull up, and so what I did was select the kick, went over here, right clicked, sidechain to this track. Now I'm gonna pull up another limiter. And what this does is every time the kick hits, it pulls back from this sample. Now, see that side chain? We're going to pull it up. We're going to pull down that threshold, because that means whenever the kick hits in, the threshold is going to, the sound is going to go down to whatever threshold, and the knee and ratio is going to kind of make it bend down fast and such. So now you'll see what I mean. It might be a little bit glitchy the first time, but so now I'm gonna do some slices. And I'm just getting the slice tool and just cutting up different parts of this section. Gonna grab all that. Gonna grab all that. And I'm doing this so it's kind of like some absence in the beat. And then I can insert one. I'm kind of going pretty fast, I know now, but we're gonna make this one unique. I just want to do like a couple of chops like that. Now let's do some basic little mastering and bring it out. I'm gonna pull down that, we're on the master track. And the purpose of our mastering is to kind of boost and not too much. We kind of got like a rough estimate of a mix. We probably want to spend a little bit more time on the mix, but to kind of cover as much as I can, as fast as I can, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do a little bit boost, like a very slight boost down in this where that kick is kind of hitting. And I like doing a dip in the mid-range because usually the mid-range has a lot, but we actually might go a little bit higher than usual. And so yeah. Alright, so this is kind of a little EQ of how I'm going to do a master EQ of the beat. Nothing too crazy. Now we're going to grab a limiter, fruity limiter. This is going to kind of keep it from peaking. We're going to pull down that ratio just a little bit, because if we pull down that threshold, then it won't break past the 0 mark. Or well, it won't break past whatever we set it to. But now I'm going to do a maximus. And the reason why for the maximus is I can do some, you'll see. We're going to do a solo on the low end. So I'm just kind of creating some segments and points to bring out certain elements. So the low end allows me to just go and edit the low end frequencies and kind of compress and limit that and maximize the potential sound. And then the mid range the mid range allows me to do that same exact thing for the mid range. We can kind of look at the bands. If we go from the monitor to bands, in bands we can actually see where these points are actually being edited, and we could even like move it around. I might do a slight dip in that mid one, and might be a slight boost in that low range, and then a little bit bigger boost in the upper frequency. And this will affect the whole master. Like, this is going to affect everything, as opposed to when we're in here. And then the masters, obviously I'm doing some boosting and compressing for the master. So without it, with it, now what I'm gonna do is pull in the limiter, and I'm just gonna do a hardcore limit or compression. I'm gonna pull down this hi-hat, make this unique. Gonna do a little stretch right here and just do some notes like this. So yeah, that's just one way of making a boom bap beat or type beat. Pretty easy once you have the right sounds and everything together. And we made this all in FL Studio, and it almost sounds like it's coming from like an MPC or whatever. It has that grit and such. And so all you need is a AT drum kit too, which the link to that will be in the description as well. And a matter of fact, since if you guys watched all the way through this tutorial, I'll even include a coupon code for our Beat It AT website down there in the description as well. And the coupon code would be, actually, you know what, I'm not going to include it in the description. I'm actually going to put the coupon code in this video where you see it right now. So that means if you guys made it 23 minutes into this, you guys get to save 50% off our entire website. So yeah, just gonna have coupon code right in here. All you need to do is add the Beat It AT drum kit 2 to your cart, and then enter in that coupon code, and you will save 50% off. So yeah, if you guys benefited from this tutorial, be sure to leave a comment, share, subscribe. It really does help. Looking to get out more YouTube tutorials and content soon. So yeah, this is Andrew Appear here of Beat It AT Production and Publishing, and I'll see you guys later.